What if you suddenly feel a touch on the shoulder following with the words, "Are you sleeping during my class?" You open your eyes and you are at your 7th grade math class. All of the life leading up to this point was just a dream and you are a 7th grader. What are your thoughts? Depends if you vividly keep your memories or they start fading away like dreams eventually do. Yeah, no kidding. You have all these stories of your dream life that you couldn't bring up in conversation because people would think you were weird and you'd probably get accused of being a compulsive liar. Maybe forgetting them would be for the best, but then you gain nothing from them. The concept of just forgetting your entire life is existentially terrifying to me. I'll feel very sad and miss my son and wife very much. And my garden. And all my weed. Fuck me, my life is pretty good right now. Hey awesome, you're alternate me from the universe where I have loads of weed. I've often wondered, what's it like to have loads of weed? It's like having a little bit of weed but multiplied many times. If this is real, my teeth will be unfucked, my body won't hurt all over for no good reason, and I probably won't be exhausted despite a solid 8 hours of sleep. Yup. It's not real. Immediately forgets what I was dreaming about. No, Mr. Teacher, I was just resting my eyes and listening. The realization that my children are dead and will never be coming back deeply haunts me forever. Even if I end up marrying the same woman, the odds of them turning out the exact same are essentially nil. 1. What the hell? I.e., disorientation, confusion. 2. Everything I think happened from this moment forward was a dream. That means everything I think I've learned about life is bullshit extrapolated from what I have learned so far without any way to check for accuracy. Oh man, that would suck. All the supposed college studies and industry knowledge I have is just daydreams of a teenager. None of the formulas are real and the world doesn't work like I think it does. And then you get online and check your knowledge and turns out you are right. So you check your knowledge on things like mergers, or businesses going tits up, or Google making it big, and as these things happen you realize you have been given the chance of a lifetime. I miss my daughter. First thought is they are all still alive and I can hug them, 3 siblings and both parents. Second thought is I can live it different this time now that I know what matters in life. Edit, thanks for all the love. I want to respond to everyone but hard to keep up. So hugs to all who sent them or will accept them. When did you lose your family? This is some sad shit, man. Lost one brother to suicide, he was 17, that was 28 years ago. Lost my dad to cancer 18 years ago. Lost a sister 50 to a brain aneurysm 12 years ago. Lost my mom to cancer in May, and lost another brother 44 to suicide in June. I also lost a sister when I was 5 to a rare blood disorder, she was 21. From a family of 9 kids. You get used to loss over time. Pretty aware of my mortality right now, just soaking in as much as I can and enjoying it. Losing my brother really gave me a restless spirit, having a lot of firsts lately. After 26 years, I finally understand how to do that math. I can get an A now. Just like how people learn how to do a job while on the job better than in training because of necessity, people also learn other things better like math when it's required of them for success. Math wasn't always a necessity in my life, but little by little it creeps in and you really have to know that shit, especially once you start looking at interest rates on things that affect your everyday life. Edit, thank you /stabby_Joe for correcting my improper use of effect. That's the point of learning it in school. You aren't meant to retain every little bit. It's so you have a foundation to build off of later, whether at college or your career. I would run home and hug my mom. I would make better choices in my life during school and just try to appreciate the freedom you have as a teen/young adult. I would also do exactly as my mom always told me and stop trying to grow up too fast. I would make more time to laugh and be in the moment and to remember that hard times don't last too long in most cases, and tell people how much I love and or appreciate them. This made me cry a little. This entire subject makes me cry. Hee penis. 70th grade me probably. Hee. It would be bittersweet. I'd spend more time with my dad, For starters, tell him I love him more than I did when I had the chance, and never miss a Father's Day fishing trip, even if I hated fishing. I'd start going to a doctor to help me with my pain symptoms much earlier and wouldn't accept cop-out answers. I'd have stayed in public school instead of going to online homeschooling, and after graduation immediately enrolled into community college classes, joined more clubs to build more social connections, and worked towards getting a job in human resources at our hospital. Also, I'd make better choices in the romance department. This is the type of answers which I was looking for, thank you. We may not be able to have a restart of our own lives, however we can learn from mistakes that were already made by others, relive life in other person's shoes, learning from mistakes and successes. I'd miss my wife, immediately. My wife went to my middle school actually, but I wasn't friends with her and I doubt she even knew who I was at that point. It would be really hard to resist running up to her and saying I'm from the future and we're married and I know you have a mole on your /__________ or whatever. Then she turns to you and says, get away weirdo, I don't have a mole on my ass. BRB, gonna buy Apple shares. Invest thy money in Master Jobs' machine and good fortune will tend thy days. I'm definitely going to ask Mr. Myers about his experiences as an infantryman in World War II. Have a seat, son. It all began on the USS Callister. So I tied an onion to my belt, which was the style at the time. Fuck yeah, I get to hug my childhood dog again. Oh fuck. All of people saying they would spend time with their dead loved ones or wouldn't do so much shit, some would lose their children and romantic interests in their life, and I just reflect upon it for about a second and went on, Jesus FK. Your comment made me tear up, I miss my dog too. Have an upvote, boom. Time to take up those missed opportunities. Write Harry Potter before JK can finish it. And not kill Fred off. This is my favorite answer so far. Thank the gods and everything else because that was not my life and now I have a chance. /upvotes sadly / reluctantly upvotes while continuing sad existence. Ah shit, here we go again. Exactly what I was thinking, really? I'm more like thank God. And then start hitting the books hard. I lost my wife and kids. Can I find her and meet her sooner? How bad would it mess you up if you find her, meet her, and when your first child comes, they aren't anything like your original first child, girl, now a boy, totally different face / personality, etc.? I suspect this is just the beginning of the rabbit hole, haha. Watch About Time. They touch on this, I would be thoroughly pissed off. You mean to tell me I had a fucking dream about undergraduate and graduate school? I don't have any accomplishments. Still in this overpopulated school? I am still struggling. I weigh only 90 pounds, looked hella anorexic with acne? Or hell no. You mean grad school isn't the greatest thing ever? And of course you do it again? /s. Hold on, I'm British, why am I in an American school? Cause now you play life on extreme mode. Yeah, British schools don't have PvP enabled. Man. That was one long dream. Is it a much needed restart, or is it an inconvenience for you? None of the above really. Just oh well, I'm just gonna ace through all of this. How do you know I'm in 7th grade? I'm on FBI watch list. Hold up. Am I able to play flute like Jean-Luc Picard? If you knew how to play it in the 7th grade, can I play the piano anymore? Of course you can. Well, I couldn't before. I hope Becky still wants to hold hands at lunchtime. Love interests are the reason which makes me fear such scenario ever happening. It's a cruel twist. Couldn't get 13-year-old girls to like me when I was 13. Now I get a second chance and I'm not attracted to them anymore. Leave school and go give my dad a hug. I really miss him. Now I can finally get good grades. I used to tell that to myself every summer. I remember how the first few pages of my notebooks were always so neat and tidy the first week or so, only to deteriorate into a mess of scribbles and scratches after a couple of weeks. Looking around deep breath fuck. Yeah, I do not want a do-over. It was difficult enough the first time around, but I'm really happy where I am now, and who's to say that I'll ever get back here if I do it all again? Just thinking about this question too much makes me feel unbearably sad. In a good way though, because it makes me realize how much I appreciate my life now. The only good thing to come from this scenario would be that at some points of my life I've found it really hard to cope with change, including in my actual equivalent of 7th grade, when I'd recently moved to a different school from all my old friends. Had the same when moving across the country to a city where I knew no one. In both cases I was in a deep depression that lasted a year or more and didn't think I'd ever feel happy again. If I woke up from this dream, I'd know it was possible to come out the other side of that, even if it was only theoretically, which might make it a little easier.